10 things you didn't know about resumes. Resumes are one of those great challenges of our society. You hear from a young age about putting that on my resume, and the job market is portrayed as harsh at best. It's a big, cold, scary place, and there's some sacred document which you must shape from raw ether in order to earn a fighting chance in the great job race of life, or so it feels. It all leads one to wonder, where did this whole resume business come from anyway? Which leads us to 10 things you didn't know about resumes. First, resumes have not always been considered an important document. Prior to the 1940s, what might be considered a resume was often a list of qualifications or achievements written on a napkin or other scrap of paper shared between colleagues over coffee. It wasn't until the 1970s when word processors started to become a thing and resumes began to become expected. The first known documented resume was from 500 years ago. Leonardo da Vinci drafted what was more of a cover letter to the Duke of Milan, highlighting his considerable qualifications as an inventor of innovative technologies of war. In the late 1500s, an English land surveyor named Ralph Agassiz wrote a number of advertisements. This was the term for resumes in the 1500s. In these, he described his skills, expertise, and projects. In one of his ads, he asserts that he has 40 years' experience in the field of land surveying. He was possibly the first person to use media to publicize his resume. Between 1600 and the 20th century, resumes seemed to fall off the face of the earth. The evolution of the industrial age brought with it an exponential progression, so there was very little need for a resume at this time. Can you imagine? So many jobs, you don't even have to prove you qualified. It wasn't quite so glamorous. When most of the jobs are labor jobs, your individual skills don't much matter. Ever watch YouTube? Well, back in the 1980s, video resumes were all the fad. VHS videos, that is. It became increasingly popular, especially for students applying to colleges, to break out the camcorder and painstakingly commit hours to creating a video resume that would accurately portray your skills and how steady your hand is. Did you know? Could you have guessed? Along with the evolution of the internet, it became increasingly popular to email resumes to potential employers. Believe it or not, but even with all the application and resume sites, emailing is still the most common method of getting a resume to an employer. Back in the 1930s, it had become commonplace to provide a resume when seeking a job. But opposite the approach today, job seekers were warned not to sell themselves too much in fear of coming across arrogant. By the 70s, resumes looked like a MySpace page, including height, race, hair, eye color, and many other things. Resumes and CVs are different. While they are in many cases the American and European standard document of what you've done, respectively, they also refer to drastically different formats. A resume is generally one page, almost religiously, and focuses on work history. A CV, however, is often focused not only on work history, but coursework, certificates, and skill sets. A CV can easily be 3 to 10 pages, especially when working with graduate resumes. The word resume is derived from a French word, which means summary. It wasn't until after the 1970s, when the digital age first began to take hold, that resumes became commonplace. And today, you may as well not bother looking for a job without one. Next time we'll look at some of the statistics about just how much the resume has taken hold on the job market world. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe, like, and share. Also visit my website, which is listed below. And feel free to comment with any other resume trivia I might have missed out on.